Hi guys, Murph here for another NASCAR Heat 5 setup video. For this one we'll be doing the truck series from Daytona. Now the reason for that is that it's going to be my first of my career mode races. Going to do a whole series on me going through career mode from start to finish. From starting in the truck series all the way to winning cup. Well, that's the aim anyway. For this setup, we will start off the same format. We'll have a qualifying setup, then I'll show you a bit of a shortened quali run. There's no point in probably showing you a full quali run with Daytona because it's foot to the floor the whole way. And then I'll show you a race setup, and then I'll show you what I would do with a baseline setup using the sliders, and what I do in the pit stops to make the car quick for that. Anyway, we'll crack on, and here's the qualifying setup. Now for the quali setup, there's only one major change, and it isn't the grill tape. I've left the grill tape as is because it gives you two quali laps. The second lap is always faster, and if I go any higher in the grill tape than 60, it tends to start overheating towards the end of the second lap, and you'll lose power because of it. The other major change is I have pulled the gear ratios, made them shorter. That way I can make more use of the horsepower. I've gone to a 3.1 ratio. They'll get pushed back out for the race setup. Now for the quali lap itself, the best technique I can recommend is staying as close to the wall on the outlap as possible, putting as minimal steering input as you can, and trying to keep that momentum high. And then when you come for your flyer, if it's a one lap flyer, after the out lap you want to get to the inside and just hug the yellow line the whole way around the track without touching it. If it's two flying laps like I had, you'll want to stay wide on that first flying lap and then cut to the inside and carry as much momentum for that second lap as possible. Now as for the race setup itself, as I said before, the only real change I have made is to the rear end ratio, and that goes down to a 3.0 for it. Bit shorter than the Cup car because you're carrying about 20 mile an hour less top end speed with the truck. Now as for how the setup goes in the race, it is pretty stable. If you find it to be a little bit on the loose side, go up on the wedge, and if it's too tight, go down on the wedge. The big thing is you don't want to go too far down because any moments of sliding is just going to scrub off speed. Super B-ways, I tend to find going a little bit of understeer is better than going for a little bit of oversteer. As for how it performs in the race, we'll put it this way, as you can see here, within 5 laps I went from starting pretty much at the back to leading the race. So 5 laps it took me to get from, I think it was 28th position to first. So it obviously does the job. Now as for the baseline adjustment, you want to push it all the way to loose, and then when you get out on track you'll want to get to pit lane. Try not to get caught in the middle when you want to dive in like I did there, but you want to get pit lane. You want to move the grill tape over to 60%. You'll pull the wedge down to 49%. Probably get away with going down to 48.5, but I like 49. And then you want to move the tyre pressures up. You want to try and keep them as even as possible. Now, unfortunately, because of this, it's going to take time. You don't have enough time trundling down pit road to get the tyre pressures all the way up to the optimum value, and that optimum value is 60 psi all round, because you want the tyres as pumped up as possible to have the least amount of roll resistance. Now for me that meant going around about 7 times to make all the adjustments as I could. I think once I figured it out, I could probably get down to about 5 pit stops is my minimum amount of pit stops to get all the tyre pressures up to 60. But it's just a bit of a challenge trying to get it all the way up to there. Now, I hope you guys found that helpful and useful. If you did, feel free to hit the old like and subscribe button. Very much appreciate it if you do. Now, I even more appreciate it when you leave a comment. I'll absolutely love it when I see comments about how it has helped you guys out and how it's improved your times. Also, feel free to hit me up in the comments of any track and car combos you want me to do a setup for next, and I'll crack on with that as soon as I get the time. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. And we'll catch you for the next one. Ciao.